They say some spirits can't be appeased undefeated. This was her final battle. For a few months, she thought it was over. The dreams had stopped. The nights were quiet again. She could finally sleep without fear. But then, he returned. This time, he was different, cunning, manipulative. He no longer appeared faceless. Instead, he began to take the form of people she knew, an old boyfriend, a classmate, sometimes even a stranger she had only spoken to once. At first, she would dream of casual moments, walking, talking, laughing. But before she knew it, the dreams would twist into intimacy, and she would wake up trembling, realizing it had happened again. That was when she broke down. Tired, drained, hopeless. Someone referred her to another spiritual woman, one said to be powerful. The moment she stepped into the woman's house, the woman's face changed. She looked at her and said, "You came here with something. I can feel it already." She sat her down and asked, "Have you tried to be delivered before?" She nodded and explained everything, the river, the appeasement, the rain, the marks, the offerings. The woman listened quietly, then sighed. "Those things," she said, "can't be fought with sacrifices. They only live for a while. They'll always return. You need a stronger power, go to church. True deliverance only happens there." That was the turning point. The next week, she packed her bags and headed to a well-known deliverance church in Nigeria. She planned to stay for 5 days, 3 days of dry fasting, intense deliverance prayers, and midnight vigils. It was nothing like she'd ever experienced. The first night, as the prayers began, she felt her whole body tremble. The moment the pastor shouted, "Fire," she fell to the floor as if something had slammed her down. She didn't understand how. The ushers held her, but the unseen force kept throwing her violently until she passed out. It continued like that every session, every night. Something inside her resisted the prayers. But she kept going. By the third day, during the midnight session, she felt something lift off her chest. The heaviness, the strange pull she'd felt for years, gone. She cried, not out of pain this time, but relief. She returned home after 5 days, weak but peaceful. Months passed. No dreams. No shadows. No presence. She went back again for another deliverance later that year, just to be sure. The pastor prayed and said, "It is finished." And that was it. 5 years now, no dreams, no strange visits, no spirit husband. She told me this herself, smiling, free, her eyes clear for the first time in years. Sometimes she still remembers the river, but she says she's no longer afraid of water. Because the one who claimed her by the river, lost her forever at the altar. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and like for more true life mysteries and spiritual encounters.